invest, the higher the stress. And I've been on a mission, working till there's nothing left. They call me one-sided, can only make the conscious music. I'm well-versed, same niggas should check the contribution. Spearhead of the movement, I'm pointing the way I do this. Relying on the empire, I bet I feel like Lucius. Only few question what I'm doing. Let's take the show on the road, nigga, let's start getting to it. I came a long way from the continental breakfast. I'm more mature now, I treat my exes like a lesson. I can't shake where I draw from like I'm meant to sketching. It's feel like 5 a.m. LA Mad Lion sessions. Yeah, then we caught the Denny breakfast.
Who is Trey Tuck?
That's my son. He's a gift to this world. And I would say that about all my children, and especially him. When I was going to have him, I used to have really bad asthma. And before him, I had a lot of miscarriages. And so when I was pregnant with him, they were like, oh, you got to stay in the hospital. And I'm like, I'm not staying in the hospital because you're going to kill my baby. I don't want to take any medication. And my doctor's like, if you can't breathe, then your baby can't breathe. So I went in the hospital, stayed in the hospital. And I had a visit. Well, so if you take a lot of asthma medication, you really can't go to sleep. It's cold in the hospital, as you know, so I fell asleep and I was praying. I was like, God, if you just, don't take my baby, I'm going to be like a better person. Not that I was a bad person, I want to clarify. So when I fell asleep all curled up in a little ball. But when I woke up, I was like this. And God was in the corner of my room and he was just like this. And the only thing he said was, I will take it all. I will never forget it. So I had like this beam of like light, like a sun ray, and resin, vitamin E. It's like millions, lots of them. And it was just this, all I could hear was this, and it was over. And I was like, oh my God. I was looking under the bed. I was like, I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling anybody. And that was it. I didn't have really bad asthma after that. And I didn't tell anybody for a long time, and I had Trey.
Who is Trey Tuck? I think it's just somebody who's inspired, someone who strives to be the best person, best artist as possible to kind of change the circumstances that are around. I say it's like a alter ego. I think people think because it's my name that it's like me. And I don't think I think they're two different people. Like me as the artist, me as the person, I don't think they're the same.
I met Chuck, I guess, in 2010.
Yeah, we come through, yeah, I know it's 14. My nigga Sharif, yeah, he got the pink shit looking like Nouveau. Me, I'm on Pluto. Yeah, I'm high as fuck. Niggas come through looking real white as fuck, but fuck dark skinned niggas, yeah, we back in. Niggas know we come through, yeah, to the back end. Yeah, you know, we back in.
Right after high school, we went to the same college, Mount Ida, in Newton, Mass, like right outside of Boston. And I think we actually met like before we actually went to the school. Like we moved in, so we had like an orientation for the freshmen. So I think, yeah, we had some like activity going on, and it's college, so it's like a lot of white people, for me. So it's like, you kind of gravitate to, oh shit, what's good, my brother, for me. And yeah, we was cool. And him and X, they went to the same high school, and X came to the school too. So I kind of like bonded with both of them before school even started.
Revolution will be televised. We've been doing this since we've been doing it. I tried to tell them, listen, they ain't really hear me though. That's how we go.
So we met, man. It's kind of like The Wood, the movie The Wood, man. When I first came to Connecticut, man, like I met him at recess. He used to have like a little patchy little fro, probably like maybe 60 pounds, all afro. And like he was playing a game of marbles. He had the marbles in his hand, like he was shaking dice. And I was like, oh, what's going on, man? And then right from that very moment, playing marbles, we clicked right there. He was like, oh, you the new kid? And I was like, yeah. And then from there, man, we ended up we found out that we lived in the same neighborhood. We ended up walking back home together. You know, the rest is history. That was 3rd grade.
Yo, runny nose with the dough, cause I fucking flow it. Hit a scheme on my swag, so they fucking stole it. Cause their green got cut, guess somebody mowed it. Yeah, yo, mama told me about safe sex, so your girl got her mouth on my latex. They nice, but they ain't got no left. I rap sign language, most deaf. And I always knew tons like Cameron. They say life's a bitch, so like Nino, I'ma cancel it. I'ma start snapping on these niggas like a camera flick. Fellas in here, you might wanna pick a choose. Either way you lose. If you're sleeping on me, good. I'ma let you snooze. Cause sleep be the cousin of death. And that be the main reason why I can't get no rest. And they say life's a bitch. Well, I already said that. But I gotta get fitted like a Mets cap. Talk shit and I turn them to a wet back. Cause this nigga cut that.
I think that was when I like found that I wanted to be an artist and I wanted to make music. That was with my homies. We were at Mount Ida College. Shout out to Mount Ida. And that was like the first time these dudes that we partied with, they were all musically inclined. And that was the first time we all did something to kind of show our talents. And when we did it, it was like, oh shit. Everybody was kind of like astonished that these people, you know, who they saw partying, drinking, were like talented and could do something with what they had going on.
When I like came up to school, I brought all my equipment with me, you know, like my microphone and, you know, my little software and shit. And, you know, they was kicking it in the room with me and they saw that I had the mic. So they was like, yo, you got the mic? Oh, word, yeah, bro, let's lay some shit down. I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's lay some shit down.
Really, none of us knew how to really record on a mic, really knew how to do any of that. We picked the beat and we ended up filming it and recording it in his dorm room. It took us about maybe like a half hour to all of us to write our verses. It wasn't like off the head freestyle, but we all wrote our verse, took 30 minutes, we picked the beat and went in. Like that was actually my first time like really trying to rap. Like if you go back and listen to it, I sound horrible, but Trey was definitely stood out on that. And like when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, like might need to take this serious, Tuck. Like you know what I mean? You sound like you got something right here. You know what I mean? I was more on my Dougie Fresh hype man type shit, on my Swiss Beats type shit, but he went in on some shit. I was like, oh yeah, you definitely gotta take this serious.
Just one day, I think, you know, we was all laying shit down leading up to it. And so we just dropped the Mustang cipher for me, hopped on it, grabbed the little logo from the page, and I forgot what beat it was. I think it might have been like, I think it might have been like a Ludacris beat or something like that, feel me? But yeah, yo, we just all went in, took turns, started going in, and you know, it was cool.
And I think that's the first time I ever felt confident in something, like outside of me being in school and playing sports. That was something that post high school, I think people don't really know. Unless you want to do this, you want to do that. If your mind's focused on, you know, you have to go to, you want to get scholarship, you want to play ball. When you break out of that and that's not your life anymore, I think finding yourself is the hardest thing. So I think the group of people who kind of all fit into that realm of finding themselves, and the music was just one thing that we kind of all connected on and was something that we were all pretty cool about.
Nah, that's why I stay away from you, because that shit is bad news. Nah, that shit ain't bad news, nigga, bro. Nigga, you always talking some shit, bro. Man, you know me. Yeah.
Oh, nigga, you want to smoke or what?
Man, I got this blunt. Man, you gotta take this shit. Stop
Hey, yo, which one of y'all was fucking with my girl, man?
Bro, we really don't even know who you talking about for real. Like,
Oh, yeah? All right. We're going to see about that.
all
gonna see about that.
right, bro. Call
Yeah,
her, my
no, we gonna see
nigga. Like,
about
I don't know what you talking about.
Babe, what you said this nigga had on again? Black jeans, black Scully?
I don't know.
And the wheat Timbs? Don't worry about it. I'll get back to you. All right.
Bro, I don't even know. Like, I think it was like an epiphany. I didn't realize it at the moment, but I think it was my wake up call. Everyone has something that kind of, you know, it makes them think a little bit differently. It's always something that is like the aha moment, and I think mine was just in the altercation of me getting jumped.
Yo, what's up, bro? Yo, somebody call for help. Hey, come on, Trey. Get the fuck off me. I'm good. Get the fuck off me, yo.
So I heard like Tuck, he was like yelling, like, you know, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, you know, get up, look out the window, and I just see like, I can't remember if it was like X or who it was, but you know, they was like holding Tuck back.
Long story short, it was really just a matter of people thinking that he was supposed to be his friends. Really wasn't the situation. Trey was, you know, moving around single. He would always find himself just in the mix with everybody, meeting other people. We had like, at that point, we kind of had different friends, you know what I'm saying? So he linked up with a lot of the kids from Florida. He was just around a different crowd, and I'll never forget it.
That's when I started to take my life a lot more seriously and not going with the flow of things. And I think that was big for me because I couldn't break out of that cycle because I didn't have anybody who was helping me do it. And I think it was like a beauty in the pain.
And then from there, like, I saw a switch with Tuck.